welcome back to another episode. This is your beautiful host, Vonteezy for no reason. And you already know what it is. I'm always here to provide value to make your life easy. But I'm not here by myself. I'm here with my guys, my best friends, my brethrens.
Yeah, that's us.
Fine.
That's us. It's
bro.
me, Josh. My
My bad.
I was waiting.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, anyways,
You know
yeah.
what to do. Like and subscribe.
There it is,
You know
there.
what I'm saying? And go on to my left side, maybe your right side. This is my left side.
This right here is Jay-Z the Kid. It feels good to be back
Love it.
back to where we belong.
Love it.
Right here we do have a new guest for this podcast.
Mhm.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Jared, aka Herzog the Big Dog.
There it is.
Okay.
Glad to be here with you guys.
Hey, look, let me get my
Nice.
AKA. Look, let me get my AKA in there. AKA Mr. Certified Stepdad, AKA Mr. Single Mother Supporter. Y'all already know what that is.
AKA 47.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. And
Something like
that.
Glad to be here.
Dang, my bad, Jules.
So-
Jules looked at me.
Look, we appreciate J-Rod for being here. For sure.
Convicted?
Is this
I'm
legal?
dead.
Is this legal?
Now
You
y'all
tell me,
already
Josh,
know what
right?
it is. You know, we here to provide valuable information. And the only way to do that is to have these day-to-day conversations with our day-to-day people. And that's us. So
Thus said the Lord.
Amen.
that's that part. Honestly, y'all, I forgot what we were supposed to be talking about, but at any rate, let's
When is enough is the main topic.
We do it right here. He's been paying attention in class.
He's taking notes.
Right. So if y'all remember the last podcast, we had a beautiful conversation, and hopefully you guys learned something from it. But we are going to kind of piggyback off of last week's episode and some of the things that we talked about. And of course, we got to the breakup songs and things like that. And, we kind of just branched out and asked the question, when enough is enough. And of course, that can go within life, specifically relationships, but in every aspect of your life. So now when we say when enough is enough, what are we talking about
Yeah.
in regards to relationship, life, family, second chance? What are we talking about?
For me personally, I'm thinking of making a career choice almost.
Okay.
I feel like there's a lot of people out there that may be wanting to do something. They don't find any type of success in it. They may want to give up. And I feel like a lot of people's thought of is this enough for me to keep going? And have I shown enough of success for me to keep going?
Mm-hmm.
So I that's kind of what I think of when I hear when is enough enough?
Okay, and we all kind of got different topics, as far as when enough is enough. So specifically first, we got Jay-Z talking about, his career choice, when enough is enough. Now, as far as when you're putting in effort, right, how strenuous is that effort that you're putting in for you to actually come to the conclusion that, hey, I don't want to do this no more? What does that effort look like?
I mean, I think all of us kind of look at success a certain way, a different way. I think it really just depends on that person, but I mean, I think that's where it really comes down to, because I may view success different than what you view success as, and so what may be my stopping point may be different from what your stopping point is.
Right. You might be willing to go through more or less than the next person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that. I think it's just in all aspects, man. You can say relationships, jobs, family members, whatever it may be. You just have to look at the pros and cons and just hope that those pros outweigh the cons. And if the cons outweigh the pros, then you have to sit there and ask yourself, is this really worth continuing? Is this really worth chasing? Is the promotion worth it? Is he or she worth it? Are they going to do it to me again? They didn't came into my life, or they going to come back out of my life? It's just, you have to look at that. And I feel like if you take a step back and look at those pros and cons, that'll give you the evidence you need to move forward with whichever decision that you feel is the right decision for you. Because, as Julian said, people's success is measured different. Because, I mean, you can look at somebody and you be like, yeah, dang, why he going through all that?
Yeah.
Or why she put herself through that? Or why he studied working towards that, and it's just not working out for him. So to you, that may be what it is, but to the other person, it may be it's some evidence in it that they're holding on to that has them to have faith in whatever
That makes sense.
it is they doing. You know what I
Makes
mean?
sense.
job, relationship, family member. I don't know.
J Rod, what you about to say? I see you picked the mic up.
Yeah.
What you about to say?
Mic
J-Rod?
check, mic check.
I definitely think there is a time to give up
Yeah.
on whatever. The lesson of this
Easy,
podcast
J Rod.
is
Like,
Hey,
let's
don't
ease a bit to
Hey,
it, bro.
for real, you got me,
don't
bro.
improve yourself.
We was both in a drink. I was like,
Play the cards you've been given and do nothing to improve them. No, I'm just kidding.
hey, whoa.
Do nothing
I
to
think you
it.
do have to like sometimes sit back and think about like, is what I'm doing hurting myself or other people?
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're, everybody wants $1 billion. There's nobody that doesn't want $1 billion.
Right.
But are you willing to do what it takes to get there? You know,
You said I got to kill somebody?
have to kill somebody, have to
That's
take
it.
advantage of somebody,
That's it.
or is chasing your goal making you miserable?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
You know, suffering does come with chasing certain goals,
Man.
or any situation. Suffering does come with it.
That's true.
I like how you put it that way, though. It's like you put it in a dark way, but at the same time, it's the truth. And I mean that, like in the business world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you say, what are you willing to do? Because in the business world, you are going to run into the individual. That there's no way around it. There's no way possible that you cannot step on this person to get to the next level.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just
You have
like
to.
Walmart or any other of these stores. I mean, they could, hey, we care about the community, we care about this, we care about that, but they buying their stuff for pennies.
Yeah.
You know, like like a McDonald's cheeseburger, what they sell the patties for like 10 cents,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and then they sell you the burger for like a $2.38 or however much it is.
$10 now.
You know, they're not at home thinking like, oh man, I shouldn't have did that. You know, my heart is. If you're not willing to take that step, like Jared just said, especially in the business world, you'll never make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you experience because I'm dealing with a current situation right now. I don't know which camera's looking at me.
Both of them.
They are.
Yeah.
It looked like it's looking away.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Okay. But yeah, I got a situation I'm dealing with right now since we're talking about business, and I'm not dressed up like this just because.
Yeah, I know. What's going on?
Right, I
Just
had
like
actually
that
had
every
a.
day. Yeah.
Well, no, see,
Y'all don't
I
want
got
to see
back.
them on a good day. This is a
We
bad
are
day.
all
You know what I'm
blacked
saying?
out, though. I do.
Yeah,
wanna say that.
like,
Yeah.
what's going
It's a
on?
beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Well, I got back from a wedding. That's what it was.
I thought he just left Wakanda or something.
Yeah, I didn't know what's going on.
Like,
Nah.
when-
It ain't
Got some
nothing. It's just
vibranium
a
somewhere?
Little stupid
Yeah.
old,
Okay.
little Tom. You little stupid little watch.
Yeah, time, yeah.
Little stupid watch. Ain't nothing crazy though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
yeah. I
lip.
can't tell the
Like,
time.
the
I just
lip.
wear it. You know what I'm saying?
Little something.
I can't read.
But yeah, I got back from a wedding. It was pretty cool. So that's why I'm dressed up in a suit for the viewers that's viewing.
Gotcha.
I'm not just doing this just to do it. But yeah, if anything, I would have been in streetwear like these guys or exercise wear.
My son had at night. You know what I'm saying? But,
Gotcha.
you know, it's just how,
Streetwear.
just how my flow is. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So getting back to the topic at hand. Sorry about that, Josh. Getting back to the topic.
Right. That's the first thing you looked at when you saw me. Like, okay.
And that's what happens. Like when people eat pineapples. I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Huh?
But yeah, man. So I got to deal with this in the business world, man. I run a construction company, and I'm dealing with a contractor right now where we were on a job site, and low key he misused the funds. Now he hired me, of course, to do the work. And whenever I hopped onto this job site, I didn't realize that, he was, like they did with Barack, they gave him a ship that was already sinking. I didn't realize the job was already going under. And
Yeah,
so I was
yeah.
promised, a certain amount of wages, so I hired a crew to get the work done because it was a lot of work. And lo and behold, we were waiting for one payment, all right? It was digging a trench. He offered me the same amount of money it would be to dig the trench. And he said that I need to do the floors, painting the room, doing the crown molding.
Dang.
Right, doing all this stuff worth that much money, right? And all we had to do was dig a trench, though, for that amount. So,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
right after the whole job was said and done, the lady called me and said, hey, yeah, I don't think your guy's going to pay you because I'm not going to pay him because I don't want him to dig that trench anymore because all this other work was supposed to be done.
Yeah.
So now I'm dealing with that. Like, okay,
She
so
told
now...
you.
Yeah, she told me she wasn't gonna pay, and so then he ends up texting me. It's like, yo, the lady not finna pay me, like SOL. I'm sorry. Like, no. First of all, you can't do that. You can't just say that. It is what it is. So this is where you have to kind of address business differently, And so in a sense, I have him on another, job site and whatnot.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be one of my main contractors that was going to be running the job site. It's a bigger job. I actually closed the deal for $109,000 for the people that's out there.
There you go.
All right, so it was a deal like that, right? And low key, he was going to get paid $30,000 for this job, just to sign his name. That was it. So he was my main contractor for that job.
Yeah.
At any rate, I told him, I said, hey, if you don't have this money in the next 2 weeks to pay me and my crew, I'm taking you off the bigger job.
Yeah.
So, anyways, supposed to be having the money this week because this is the second week that's coming up.
Yeah.
So, he's going to have it Wednesday. So, we're going to meet, get the money. But low-key, I already took him off the job. So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
yeah. So, I took him off the job, got the other, I'm going to be the, main contractor at that point so that I can get the $30,000.
I mean, that's just business, though.
It is
man.
business, you know
It's
what I'm
like-
saying?
yeah.
We was in a partnership. The only reason why he got it in the first place because we were in a partnership.
Yeah.
So the jobs that I lined up, I got 10% of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I know this
But-
means a lot to you.
Well, yeah, it's pissing me
I
off.
can,
now.
I can feel it. I can
Right.
feel it.
So
I hope the viewers can feel this too. 'cause-
Hey, look, the jobs we
legit.
lined up,
This is
legit.
real life.
We got into a partnership, and this is why it's important to know your people that you're dealing with. So I got into a partnership with this guy, and next thing you know, he screwed me over
Yeah.
because all he talking about is him and his family. Oh, I had to do this for my family. I had to do this for. I said, bro. Now my family is at risk because now you ain't paying me, and I hired some other contractors. So
yeah.
now we got 5 families involved. I
Yeah.
said it's not just you. This is a mistake you made, and now it's falling on all of us.
Oh, yeah.
So guess what? I gotta do what I gotta do. Now I gotta become the monster.
Yeah. Yeah.
I showed him mercy. I showed him. Boy, I'm about to get loud.
Are you not
Dude,
entertained?
about to get loud.
I kind of got someone fired a couple weeks ago.
See,
Yeah,
sometimes you got to.
it was a similar
Sometimes
sort of
you-
situation.
yeah.
I mean, you realize that someone isn't going to be best for the company that you represent.
That's it.
You
And,
sabotage them.
you have to give some feedback to people that make calls that
Yeah.
you understand that it's someone's life that you're impacting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you do have to do what's best for the job.
And that's
Yeah.
all it is.
Dang, boy, I hate to get pulled over by you. My wife having a baby. I'm on the way to the hospital. My leg broke. I'm leaking out my neck. Okay, yeah, just step out of the car for me, buddy. Bro, I
I'm
was
just
going
doing my
2.
job.
I was just going 2
Just
miles an hour
doing
over
my
the speed
job.
limit. Just step out. Step out. I'm going to pull you out. They're like, oh, bro, hold up. I'm paralyzed. I can't get out.
Don't care.
I need back up over here. 172.
He said, "Let me back up over here."
But that's just, as I say, that's the business world, man. I mean,
It's brutal.
we can all say that because we're involved in it, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been through the whole hiring firing process, and if you let too much of your feelings get involved in that, then your feelings can blind you to what the reality is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Because that's just business. I mean, I've seen people cry and do this and do that, and you thinking about like, but bro, look at what you did to get here. But now you back here, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, please don't do this, please don't do that.
Yeah.
It sucks.
At some point, as we saying, you have to choose for yourself when enough is enough.
Right, and so for the people that's listening, of course, we kind of reiterated what we're talking about. So in this sense, me and J. Rod, what we were talking about is just when enough was enough when it came to losing, like when we suffering on the job. So at that point, that's where we draw the line. Like, hey, you messing with me and mine. So
Yeah,
now this
yeah.
is where enough is enough. Now, as far as what Julian was talking about, he was talking about chasing the goal, chasing the career, giving your
Yeah.
all in the career, and then you got to figure out when you did what you could to say, hey, we can't do this no more. So in
Yeah.
that sense, Jay-Z, right? I'm gonna go back to that question.
Yeah.
Drawing the line, like when you put in all this effort, when do you just stop?
I think it really comes down to because I've seen in myself where I've had jobs where it was in construction too. So
Mm-hmm.
I've had jobs in construction where I'm not getting paid. I'm doing the work. I'm done with the work. I see this job a week later. I'm still not paid. So I'm seeing things that seeing obstacles in my face that's could tell me to stop.
Oh, we talking about, I remember.
It's dotted up again.
I was like,
I mean, when it comes to these obstacles during a job, that was a career of mine at one point. At some point when you're just not getting paid, or maybe something's just holding you back, and you have to keep progressing.
Yeah.
At the time, I had a family, and I have a family currently, and when you got mouths to feed,
Right,
you got to do something.
You got to
Change.
move.
Yeah. So it's there's a bigger picture out there, and I think there's a lot that comes to realizing what that bigger picture is. And I think that comes with time, and I think we're all just along for the journey to figure out what that is.
Did that harm you in any other one of your goals, as far as like, hey, like this isn't working for me, right? Maybe this was a goal that you had to, chase the flooring company.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw something bigger. Did that actually take you away from your goal at that point?
It didn't necessarily take me away from my goal, but it did. Did someone level up? Did someone level up over here?
Somebody ate a mushroom.
That
Yeah,
was
someone
my
went,
words
bloop,
with
bloop,
friends
bloop,
thing.
That dude tried to act like it wasn't him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
know.
was
He's
just
a-
like, who was that?
posture
How
got
dare
good.
you?
Yeah. He tried to act all confused.
Anyway, as
Like
we
it
were
wasn't
saying,
him. Oh yeah, you better ask.
what was you were saying about like it harmed you? What kind of way?
Well, I was trying to see if that actually took away from his actual goal. Like he said,
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
it made me see clearer on what I really wanted to do, and also be more realistic with what I'm able to do as well. What I mean by that is like, I may have been trusting people that I should have not been trusting, and I should have done that from the get go. But now I know. So going forward, I know that won't happen again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm about to end it right here. I was just gonna say I think going through those things can sometimes be necessary,
Right.
because you're ultimately gonna learn from it, one way or another. I'm sure a lot of you are gonna agree with us, and I know everyone here agrees with me. Josh, take away.
I think like what you ended on is the perfect thing. To learn, you have to sacrifice your time.
Yeah.
That's just part of it. You got to pay the price of your time. And just like what you said, I get what Vontae was saying, but at the same time, all of us, when we've been through that did hold you back. But you had to sacrifice that time and turn that into a learning experience.
Yeah.
So that's the bad thing about this. That's like the downside about getting into something, as we say, when enough is enough, is don't let it get to a point where you get so far into it and then you decide like, bro, this is not what I want to do, or this is not working out. I mean, yeah, it's been 4 years and now you saying that? You knew that 2 years ago, but you held on to it. So just remember to weigh out those, as I say, those pros and cons, and you just step back and take a picture and just say, okay, I got this much coming from it, and I'm putting this much into it, and this is what I'm getting out of it. Like, is it really worth it to continue? Because sometimes you can be so caught up in something that you think is a good idea.
That dot
got
to
him.
him.
Dot, boy.
It's dotted up.
Came
Dot,
out
it was that grape dot.
He
too.
said that.
It
Dogs
was
are
on his
coming
teeth.
for
He
their
just got it
vengeance.
out.
I'm sorry,
real.
Josh. Sorry.
Sometimes you be so
That
caught
was
up.
a rough gulp, though. Did
He
y'all hear
said,
that?
Hey, for real, I'm trying not to choke on this one. You see, I'm like, sometimes you can be so caught up in something that you think is the right thing for yourself or for somebody else that you have blinded yourself to the self-destruction that you put yourself through.
yeah.
Sunk cost fallacy.
What's that?
That's what it's called. That's exactly what he was just describing. That's what it is.
So
Sunk cost fallacy.
sunk cost
Where you're
fallacy.
the cost that you've put in,
Yeah.
the amount of time and emotion or money that you've put into something feels so high after a certain amount of time that you feel like you can't give it up.
Oh,
So it's like, I just know this is the right thing. I've
Yeah.
put so much into it, and like at this point, okay, let's do it like this. Let's say it like this.
but what if it is something like that though? Like just to kind of switch the scenario a little bit. Like what if it is something that is something you wholly believe, even though you're not making no money right off the bat, but like you see it, like you know that hey, this can happen.
You should keep doing it.
Boy.
Absolutely.
I think so.
look,
I
we're
feel
getting-
like you should keep doing it.
Oh, see now he's with us.
But
Sometimes
at
he
the
wants it not to.
same time though, what is as you say, what are you getting out of it? What are you getting out of it? That's my biggest thing. Now you may be getting a little evidence out of it.
No,
That's
but
cool.
no. What if you're not getting nothing?
Well, let me say this though. I think it's something we can all relate to. We've all been involved with music in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
I said that last podcast. Now, yeah,
Did you?
I said that about the music.
We've all been there. We
Right.
all love music, and
Right.
we've all like been involved with making music and writing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
None of us have ever gotten really anything out of it.
Yeah.
Ain't no
Not
hold
in a
on.
But we still
not in a
do it.
monetary way, but we still do it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
why is that?
Because we love it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I get what
And-
you
and
said.
we
So,
believe
But
in
we
it.
pivoted over time. Like, you remember being 13
Yeah,
and thinking, like, I'm going to do something with this.
that's true.
I'm going to be like a star. That's
is
not
true.
happening.
okay, well, let me ask you
None
this.
of us want to do
What-
what it
what
takes to be a star.
What if you in your 30s, though?
Okay, all right.
How does
but
that switch it up?
I'm
I'm
staring
gonna
that
be
down
a
the
star.
barrel right now.
Well,
But I'm.
well-
Go ahead. My
Well,
bad.
here's the thing, right? All right, so more so, even if it is a business, right? I like what we were talking about last week when it came to social media. We do all this stuff for social media, and some people may have goals to get paid from it, right? But let's talk about the when you first start live streaming, you get like nothing at all, or you get a few cents.
Mm-hmm.
But you keep doing it consistently every day. You show up and keep doing it. Naturally, what is going to happen? Like, if you leave room for doubt, you plant seeds for doubt. All right, guess what? At some point, you're going to stop. But consistency, I think, creates success.
Yeah.
It's consistency where the average person will stop and give up. And like, hey, I'm not seeing no results. But if you stream and you do it consistently, you do it day in and day out, you may not get none the first year, you may not get none the second year. But then you look at, 5 years down the line, boom, starting to make money
Well,
consistent.
I think what I'm more talking about, like what we doing, like you say, music and streaming and all that stuff. That's more on like a hobby, spare time.
But that's the
deal.
audience though.
But what I'm saying is, when I say like is enough is enough, I mean the person out there that's giving everything to this dream.
Yeah.
I mean everything. Like they lay on their rent, they lay on their car, they had in their car at their mama house because they said I'm gonna come pick it up because they put their money into whatever this was and it fell through again. And constantly, I mean that person who's on the edge, who just really believe that this is gonna work and they don't care what's in the way or who they hurt or whatever because they have faith in this dream. That's what I mean.
But yeah, those are the people that end up, actually making it in the long run. Like if they don't stop.
That's fine. You do make it in the long run. I get that. But in certain situations, is that the right thing to do?
I put it like that, right? So in certain situations, like let's say trading, for example, right? We've all tried trading before.
Yeah, and
I've
that's-
got
I
some
mean,
stories.
That's a good.
I got a
That's a
couple
good thing
stories.
because
Right. Lost a lot of
you
money
know-
in trading, right? At that point, right? If you don't have it, we all believe that we can make money because we made money from it,
Yeah.
the evidence
Yeah.
is there. Yeah.
right? But in a sense, we still had to draw the line. Like, what was the difference with that though? What was the difference with us? Because he talked about putting in years, you selling your house and all that.
Yeah, it's
So-
time.
Well, I feel like that. Okay, so the other thing is that the difference with that is we know up here in us, we wasn't really serious about it.
What, trading?
Yeah,
Bro, I was
because you got guys out there that
no
will,
lie. I still traded to the
But I'm
day.
saying, but you
So-
just think like, okay, just like a gambler. If you got a person that has a problem with gambling, they'll put up their car. Here's my car keys. I mean somebody like that.
Yeah,
You wasn't finna put up, you know what I'm saying, after you lost that money, you wasn't finna go to Capital One
Yeah,
and be
but-
like,
yeah.
hey, can I need a personal cashier's check.
Okay, so this
I
is
need a loan
this,
for $500,000.
They'd be like, why you need it? Oh, I'm buying an
Full words.
orphanage.
so that's what I believe, right? I believe it's a calculated risk, right?
Yeah.
You're smart
Right.
about it. So if you foresee, right, you can't, like, if you have nothing left, and like you just know, hey, at the moment, because sometimes it's not the fact of just giving up. It's just one of those
Yeah.
things where I have to put this on pause for right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, is there situations
better.
like that when it comes to, because there's some dreams that like legit, like
They're
hey,
worth chasing. They are.
yeah,
They are.
and I don't, you may not get any results for years and years, right? Now it doesn't mean that you can't put it on pause because, like you say, I need to re up.
Mhm.
actually need to start funding this dream again. And I think a lot of stuff that we do, we're not actually in love with it like we say we are. That's why we give up. But if it was something you was like, oh, I'm sold on this, like this streaming stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sold on this. Like I know for a fact, even though I ain't getting a dime, I'm gonna wake up every day and do this streaming.
Well, the evidence is in this, though. I mean, come on now.
The evidence is in everything else. Trading.
The evidence is in this.
trading.
I get the evidence in trading.
Evidence is in drop shipping.
But my thing is, so you got a person, think about it like this. You got a person who knows the evidence. They got the evidence that all this stuff work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that it works. I do. But you think that I'm willing to get all the money out of my bank and say, hey,
But
listen.
what dream did you ever chase though? That you had
Me?
Like, be realistic. What
Oh,
dream?
bro, it's been
What dream you had to chase where you had to get all the money out your bank account?
Oh, you say me personally?
Yeah. What dream?
I've been always too scared to be broke.
Okay.
That's my thing. But you
So-
got folks out here ain't scared to be
Right.
broke.
But I need like
Man, I ain't gonna lie, boy.
the tangible, right? The stuff that we can actually talk about, the stuff that we can actually get passionate on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What was something that you tried to chase that you just gave up?
Sorry for the interruption, ladies and gentlemen. We had to take it off air for some private affairs.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it was deep. It was good. You know,
It was good.
good conversation.
We also had some pizza.
Barbecue
That's the
pizza.
real reason.
It's
What
like-
was it?
tastes
Barbecue
like
with chicken
ribs,
and tomatoes?
and then we had like a collard green pizza with mac and cheese.
That was jalapenos.
So I think we left off talking about
The
when I
cleaning
started
business.
Try to do a cleaning business.
Yeah.
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 That sucked. We wanted to start it. I was married at the time, newly married, probably about a year. And we wanted to start a cleaning business to have more time for other projects that we had going on.
Yeah.
And it became quickly apparent that it wasn't going to work out.
Yes.
I'm not a salesperson. I'm more of a details person.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing with cleaning is that it's all sales.
Yeah.
The cleaning is the lowest level part of it. It's just doing the work. You have to get sales. I'm not a salesperson.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
what type of cleaning was it you was doing? Like just houses or something?
We were mostly aiming for commercial, like we were trying to get into floors
Okay.
and also window cleaning.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta be a good salesperson on that.
Yeah, you have to be a great salesperson. And very quickly, like we saw the deficiencies, we went completely broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eventually we had to come to terms with the fact that we had to pivot. I'm sure it doesn't take many of you at home to guess that I'm an IT guy. I'm a computer guy. And that's been a better fit overall. It takes some work and doing to get into. But that was way better than trying to be a sales guy because I am not that. So that's a good example of giving up on your dreams when it's appropriate.
Well,
when you've truly had enough.
Maybe it seemed like a dream and it turned out to be a nightmare.
It
You
was
know
a
what I'm saying?
complete nightmare.
Yeah.
But a
Right.
nightmare is a dream.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
I think the biggest thing too is realizing your strengths, like you said. Okay, if you have this dream, obviously you have to have some type of strength that plays, in a part with carrying out the dream.
Yeah.
Because even let's say that even if you still chose to choose or to chase the dream, you would have to learn how to be a salesman.
Yeah.
And again, that's taking the time out to understand your goal, your dream.
I think that was just something I wasn't willing to do. because
Exactly.
Back to what I was
That
saying
makes
earlier,
sense.
if you're chasing a dream that is contrary to who you are and what you believe,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
It's not for you.
Right. I agree
Being a
with you.
salesman.
That make a lot of sense. So there you go, people.
Here's what we really want to talk. This is what the people want.
Yeah.
Relationships.
Right, we're gonna pivot, to relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Interpersonal,
When-
romantic, friendships. When
when-
is enough enough?
For relationships.
Relationships, friendships, yeah, I like that. Yeah, because even in friendships, it has to be a line drawn.
Man, I can tell you one thing. I don't know about the relationship part. That's kind of iffy about the whole enough, enough been enough. If it's getting very violent and all that stuff, you get it. Like, come on now, that's just it speaks for itself. But it's certain limits that people are willing to reach. Everybody, as Julie said at the beginning, everybody uh success is different. What
Yeah,
we look at as
yeah.
success is different. So if you look at it in a relationship, it's crazy, man, because as we spoke when we was off mic about it's so easy to judge a person based
Yeah.
on what we see,
Yep.
but sometimes a person is seeing something else. So if you're looking at a person in their relationship and all that, and you thinking like, man, they still holding on to him or her, like, what is their problem? What is their problem? And the reason I say that is because when you have strong love for somebody, like, geez, man,
Yeah.
like the things you are willing to do and like the lengths you willing to try to reach for that person is like sometimes unimaginable what some people will do.
It's an unstoppable force.
It is unstoppable for us. So with that, when you say when is enough on that,
I mean, what's the
when-
situation though?
I think when it gets some major disrespect,
okay, well that's one thing. I mean that's like a number.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That kind of goes back to the like violence or something.
Yeah.
You know, if it's let's say this, let's take it back. Let's take it off of all the known things, and let's just say this person is just a perfect individual. I ain't gonna say perfect, but he or she is legitimately a good person. But it may be just something they just can't get right, or they just can't do right, or they just can't be consistent on, and that's causing you to be held back or to lose because of that what they have. And the reason I say that is it's easy for us to spot, as you say, just disrespect, being violent, or just doing just things that cross the line every time. But what if this person is actually legitimately a good pick,
Yeah.
but it's just something that they're doing that either they can't stop doing, they can't get over, and it starts to affect you personally in your life. So when does that become enough? Because as I said, it's easy to say, oh yeah, it's enough. If you're going to call me out my name and do all this different stuff to me, of course we know that. But what if this person is worth, in your mind, that's why I say it's kind of hard with relationships, because in your mind,
Yeah.
they're worth fighting for.
Well, I think even the disrespect is it's kind of in the same line, just because they could still be a great person, right? But they just have this thing where they don't understand how you want to be respected. So in that case, like you said, disrespect. Like, give us a scenario on what you mean.
I don't know. Probably like if you can never truly do something right. Like say you're dating someone, you can never do anything right in their eyes. Do you think that would be enough for you?
If she okay, so if I'm in a relationship with the girl
Yeah.
and
She said you suck at everything.
right, I can't do anything. Right?
You get go
Okay,
laugh, bro. When
so
you
see,
say
that's
that,
a
yeah.
good one. That's a good one. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Or you get cheated on. And it's intentional.
yeah, I mean, obviously that's.
I mean, but
I
so
get it. 'Cause
as I
some people
said, let's not use the stuff that we know is a deal
I feel
breaker.
like you gotta go, because even if somebody cheats, right, they gonna want to keep them.
Yeah.
Like you be like, why you in that relationship?
I get that,
You know,
but what I'm saying is, that's for the people on the outside looking in. We asking them why you in a relationship, but that may be a deal breaker for us right now, deal breaker. But that's why I say let's.
It may not be.
Let's dial it back and let's
If I love
do.
let
That's fine.
me understand the fact. Let me understand the facts of why you cheated. What was it? Was it
Hey,
what led to it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I might get my feelings hurt. Don't get me wrong, but let me
Yeah.
understand the facts real quick. Was it just a little fling? Was it revenge sex? What was it?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, babe, you got me on that. All right, cool. All right. We gonna run that back though. All right, let me
That's a
work
check.
on. Yeah, let me work on something real quick.
I don't know. I mean, let me ask you this: would you if that, let's say that happened to you, right? And you say you want to stay with the person, would you would you want to know the truth, like the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And if you did, okay, but listen to this: if
The-
you
the
found out
immediate
that,
answer.
All I
if you
wanna know.
found out,
Was he bigger than me?
hey,
is, it's done.
what we used to say, tell me when to stop.
Was he cooler than me?
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. what I'm saying
If it's
is,
that, we got it. We're done. That's what I. That's
Well,
when
see,
enough is
okay.
enough for me.
all right,
That's
since-
when enough
since you
is
said
enough
that,
for me.
Since you said that, that's why I say, if y'all determine, hey, we're gonna forgive each other, we're gonna move past it. Would you really like to know the truth, and you'll be able to live with that and keep that? Because once you forgive a person, that's it. Because if
need
you
to
keep
mean it.
bringing it up, then you
Yeah.
ain't forgave them for it.
Yeah.
So
Right.
would you really want to know the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Because I mean, even though you saying that, that's funny. You said that about like, was he bigger than me? Okay, let's say she said yeah,
I told you that's why I draw the line.
and then you're just like, you know what?
All right, you're
I don't
done.
think he was, but we're done. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she said she didn't think he was. Then
No, I'm saying you saying it. Like, you know,
I
don't think
mean,
he
I
was.
understand.
I'll be the judge of that. I'm done.
Close enough attention.
But I'm saying, like, would you
I
be
know what
would
you
you be
mean.
able to cross that line into trying to build that trust back, or would that always be in the back of your
I
head?
think it would depend.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Like if someone came up to you and was like, "Oh man, I went out with the girls last night. I got really drunk and I made a mistake, and it's making me realize that I'm having some problems." Because like my thinking is like a sober tongue speaks a drunk tongue speaks a sober mind.
Right.
So like if that person made a mistake under certain circumstances, but as they're in their clear mind, they're realizing that they made some mistakes and have some problems to deal with, I think that's forgivable. But if they're like, yeah, I did that,
Yeah, and
and it's like, okay.
matter of fact, yeah,
that's
I'm
enough.
going to do it tonight. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're done.
Well, see, at that point, like, it's not we're done. They've been done with you the whole
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you talking? Like, what was your situation? Like, what scenario were you talking about? I was trying to understand your scenario, but I didn't understand it.
Oh, about how I said about okay.
When you talking about
As I
nothing,
said, it's easy to say something like, okay, yeah, what if a person cheat, or what if a person's
Yeah.
mad disrespectful? What if this person just can't hold down a job? Or every time you turn around, which this is actually something that people was going through. Every time you turn around, they totaling the car out.
Yeah.
And I gotta keep.
well, that's
Don't
Okay.
get me
But
started.
think
on,
about
bro.
it. Think
like
about
somebody
it.
totaling my car out all the time. Well, all right. So for one, right? Okay.
But I'm saying-
let's say it, right? You totaling my car out. No more driving it. No.
But see, this is the thing.
That's it.
Listen, I'm not saying. Look, I'm not saying your car. I mean their car.
I'm just kidding.
And the reason
Just
why I put
joking, just
that,
joking,
the
guys.
reason why I say that is because I get it. Everybody knows what deal breakers is. We know about disrespect, cheating, this. We know about those deal breakers. It's easy to come to that conclusion. But what if it's just somebody that every time you turn around, it just seems like they just can't get it right.
I think what Josh is actually talking about is day-to-day mistakes.
Just day to day
But
stuff.
that don't make sense to me.
But-
Why would
he
you?
said the word day to day.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
did
I like
say
that. That was pretty good.
Notice that.
But what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. Okay, you at work, right? Let's say you at work. All right.
Get out of here.
Hey, where are you right now?
We
I'm
love
at
our
work. You ain't
dogs.
got off yet? No, I haven't got off yet. Oh, I just had a wreck. Okay, cool, whatever. Okay, let's do this. Blah blah blah. Hey man, you go back with your friends. I'm gonna have to get a new car, bro. It's gonna cost me some money, but I have to get it for her. Okay. 3 months later, hey, it happened again, and it's like every time you turn around, bro, you are making these decisions that's causing us, pulling us down because of these decisions that you're making. Now, these decisions, like I say, they're not disrespect, they're not cheating, it's just these normal
They're
day-to-day
they're
decisions that they just can't get right. It's like,
Are
bro,
you foreshadowing or not? I'm playing.
I'm just saying they
But, all right,
constantly.
so check it out, right?
Are you
Because honestly, bro, like,
day to day.
yeah, because
It's
day to
day-to-day.
day
serious
issues.
about it here. Bro.
Yeah, I mean, if they perfect, right? Well, not perfect, but if they're a general good person, right? I mean, because obviously we are gonna make mistakes. If somebody just like getting in a wrecks all the time, like you got to become aware of that. Like you got to know what you're getting into. Like, all right, obviously she can't drive.
Get out.
Okay, so what's your next decision?
I mean, full coverage. Like I know
Full
my wife
coverage.
can't. I know my wife can't drive. It's either I get full coverage or I'm giving her a driver.
Okay.
Which
She
one's
gonna-
more
How is that
expensive?
going to affect you?
Huh?
That's more.
I'd rather get a driver because then I could pay for a driver as
but
opposed
that's
to
more
full
money
coverage.
and more time from you.
No, they ain't get a driver. What are you talking about? How's that more time?
That's more money and more time.
Because it's gonna equal out. You know what I'm saying?
the whole point of
full
the
coverage or a driver.
the whole point of what
It's
I'm,
an investment, really.
the
Right.
whole point I'm making is
I'm saving money in
I
the
get
long
what you're
run
saying.
because
know
I ain't gotta
about
keep buying the
I know
car.
about the everyday deal breakers. Okay, let me ask you this.
What
Let's
he
flip
dealing
it.
with right now?
Let's flip it. Let's flip it. Here
How
you
many
go,
cars
right
these
here.
niggas went through?
Hold on.
my
Let's flip it.
God.
Let's flip it. This
I
is
think I've
for
lost the
listeners.
point.
Let's flip it. Let's flip
I'm
it.
so good.
Anyway, we got a whole different
They
subject
everyday
now.
good person.
Listen.
They keep wrecking my dang car. What?
Let's flip it.
What you got going on, bro?
I'm finna flip it though. I'm finna flip it.
I think I'm about to draw the line, bro.
Oh my God.
All right? Yeah, I need somebody
about
to
like
groom
this.
me so I can make these decisions tonight.
Now, this
He
is the
full
deal.
coverage.
So
I'm getting a driver.
it's,
Oh my god.
it's easy for us to say it. Because listen, and I'm gonna say it like this: it's easy for us to come up with solutions because we the warriors and we do that. This for the listeners, okay? Woman, if you were the man, every time you turn around, he getting fired from his job and he can't hold a job down.
Dump him.
And then, that's what I'm
Pretty
saying.
much. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. though.
But I get
All right,
what you're
all right.
saying.
So-
Hey, don't go.
That's what I'm
Sorry,
saying.
I'm just
Listen,
adding
he
ad-libs.
he not cheating. He not cheating. He not disrespectful.
I know a person like
It's just
that.
like, dang, bro. Every time you turn around, you didn't lost your job. Well, I ain't like the way he was doing this. I ain't like, and you constantly had to pick
That makes
him up, and every time you turn around, now you got to take.
They
your
almost
side of the
become a
bills.
liability.
right,
almost.
that makes sense.
At this point, it's like, bro,
Is that what you're saying?
yeah. At this point, it's like you a good part. You like you got all these other boxes checked.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you constantly making these bad decisions that's affecting me in a drastic way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when it's that point, as I say, all the other stuff we know that's number one deal breakers. When it gets to that point,
That makes sense though with the job thing, you know.
that's why I said
because
I
you'll
flipped
need
it.
that.
When me talking about what would we do for a woman, you know, we're gonna go to the ends of the earth. But flip it on the other side. What would a woman do for a man that every time she got to turn around, she got to constantly pick him up?
Yeah.
He lost another job.
Yeah.
Now she got to take on the bills again.
Do y'all think social media, if they on social media all the time, is a line drawn? Because like when we get into addiction,
Are you saying like?
like if they're constantly on social media, if they putting all your business out on social media,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
every time
You
y'all
mean
get into an
like for
argument,
sure?
it's on
Like,
social media.
Oh yeah, I don't like. I
She making
I
a
wouldn't
post
like
about
that
it. He making a
because
post about it. Whatever.
I mean, yeah.
I don't play with all that.
That makes sense.
I think I do think like I feel like that with the whole social media thing, you could bring that up to them, but at the same time, if they own it that much, you should already know what the answer gonna be.
What if you're a person though, right?
I mean, yeah.
If you be like, hey, I'm gonna
That's
if I'm
actually big
talking to y'all,
facts
I'll be
right
like, hey
there.
man, I'm gonna talk to her about putting our business on social media. Y'all be like, but bro, you know how she is. Like,
Yeah.
you know what the answer gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gonna look on social media and she gonna say, yeah, he just talked to me about.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
there it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Right. So at that point, like, that's the line drawn. So are we talking about like how many years we been in a relationship? Like, what are we talking about?
Well, I feel like if you
Because in the beginning stages, that's easy. But
Yeah,
if
the beginning
if you've been in that relationship about 3,
I
4
say
years,
I say yeah, 2 to 4 years.
Yeah, I think it takes about 2 years before someone really starts to annoy you.
right?
Boy,
He got
said-
deep.
You know what I mean?
He
Yeah.
went straight Batman Joker.
Yeah.
It's about
Let's go.
me and the Joker have been fighting for about 2 years.
So
He
my
wasn't so bad at first.
No, see, look, it
Who,
took
Bane?
him about 2 years. No, Joker. He said, "Who Bane? You talking about Spider Man?"
he said that's
Oh,
that's that iron. Man.
I love the Denver Cowboys. He was a whole different superhero.
I'll never forget that.
Y'all gonna make me forget my thought, bro.
But you know that's why I
Okay.
mean
How many
like
years?
when is that
Oh, yeah.
for you?
Oh, well, so right. Let's. The years thing actually makes a lot of sense because if you're in that relationship for a long time, at this point, like you invested.
That's what
And-
makes it harder to like
right,
really do
and
something else.
it makes it hard to dissipate it at that point.
Well, think
But-
about it in terms of friendships too. Like, how long have I known all you guys? Probably since like 2022.
It's
So
been-
3 years.
Mhm.
Only really just starting to get to know some of you.
It's true.
Hey, it's funny. Like we were just telling the
Me
stories.
and
like,
Josh,
what the
I've known
best?
Josh this whole time. Known of him. been in the same room as him many times.
That's true.
But like tonight was really the first like true serious conversation
Boy,
we've
for
had.
real.
I never thought about that actually.
You know, it takes time to get to know somebody.
Because I was
So
sitting
don't
here
make
like,
snap judgments.
this dude, like,
Right.
he's been through, like, what the crap? Are we the same person? Because the stories are relatable.
We're
And I feel
both
like we
rednecks.
all relate. You know, kind
Yeah.
of like Julian said, all our backstories are like,
Cohesive.
Even though we're like all going through certain things that, you know, each one of us have our own obstacles ahead of us that we're going through day to day.
Mm-hmm.
We're all intertwined with all of our same how we get through them. I really think that, you know, a lot of the stuff that we do share is we use in our own life and can be used in other people's lives as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you said, I use stuff that y'all be saying all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's true.
it scared me there a little bit.
Oh yeah.
My thought was with the guy that lost his job.
That's actually pretty common.
Yeah.
Like
Right. The immature guy.
the
Yeah.
guy just not having
But
a
it's
job.
a lot
The
of
serial job loser.
but you know, I be seeing
Serial job loser.
I be seeing a lot of stuff. You know that's a thing though, and women still are. You think that is because I see that a lot.
Yeah.
Now you have that syndrome where they feel like, you know, they could. It's like a passion project.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I
can
can
fix
fix you.
I can fix. Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that would be a situation, you know, when
You
it
can't
comes
fix
to
anybody.
No, some people
If they're an
unfixable.
adult,
I mean, yeah.
you can't fix them.
yeah.
Yeah, some people are unfixable, and some of the reasons why sometimes, which is sad, like sometimes it's just how a person is, and some people just don't want to be fixed. And what's crazy is they will sit there and let you believe
Yeah.
that I really want this,
Run
I
game
really
on you.
want this, and then it's like,
Yeah.
as soon as you
Well, I
leave,
don't
turn
like
the
that.
Xbox on.
Hey, boy.
But you know that's
He
the
hit that.
reality of it. Some people are okay with where they're at and okay with who they are. You know what I'm saying? That's what's
Do
crazy.
you believe that you can have a woman, right, that can talk life into you as far as that serial jobless guy?
Yeah.
Could you have somebody that will make you want to change?
I don't know.
Oh,
Are you saying me
oh.
personally?
Well,
You
I'm just saying,
mean-
like, is
you
that a
mean-
thing?
Okay, is this part?
I
If
think
this
it depends
person
on
is
how old they are.
okay, I can tell you what. Basically, what you're saying is, do I believe that if somebody out there that if I'm in the water, they can throw me in the thing and say, "I need you to put it over your body." They can tell me how to do it. It's my choice, but to put it around my body and try to survive. So it's up to the individual. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They could have a female Martin Luther King or somebody giving this great big speech, but it's up to them to take that and inculcate that into their own life.
The reason why I say that is because you have people, like you said, that would run game. We talk about is enough is enough. Okay, we listen off things that would, you know, require that. But people, they're pretty smart, and so you get that situation where you like, hey, you know what? You can't keep a job. We're done. And next you know, no, babe, let me just try. You know, then they talk the good talk. And then now you know he's doing good at first. And this could last a long time. It could last a year or two.
Yeah.
Next you know it's right back at it. Now do they remember and can they recall? Or do they become in that hamster wheel where, you know,
Just a recycle.
it just keep going and going and going?
Yep.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I think, as I say, that's another thing that's just kind of up to the individual. You know, you can tell a person like, "Hey, you do this again, that's it."
I mean,
It's kind of like you said about the person with the contract.
Oh yeah.
It's like, "Hey, you got to this much to do this."
And by the way, that was a business partner. I was in this for about a year or so, you know, and I've lost money on 6 jobs.
yeah.
So
That
when
goes
is
to show
enough
you.
is
Yeah,
enough.
that goes to show you. Yeah, at some point you do get smarter.
And
like,
you just
hey,
be like, you know what?
yeah.
I got this. You know what I'm saying? I'm
At some
just
point
go
you
ahead
snap
and
out of it.
break
Like,
this
hey,
off.
I had hope. You was talking a good game. Now I can't do it no more. You
I
know?
think the evidence will show itself. Like whatever they doing and however it's affecting you, it's gonna start to show, and eventually it's gonna start to affect. And here's the biggest thing. It's always good to talk about that stuff. It's always good to talk about that stuff.
Yep.
Like to not hold it in. Like I even have a problem with holding stuff in. And the reason why it's always good to talk about this stuff and put it out there in the front, because what you're saying behind a person back or the emotions you're expressing behind a person back will start to come out in your actions toward them.
Yep.
Without you noticing.
Yeah.
You'll be
Subliminally.
You'll be like, hey man, what's the problem? Why you treat me like this? And
Yeah.
you like, treat you like what?
Yeah.
Why'd you look at me like that? Look at you like what? You can't, because you're trying to keep it concealed so much, but it's gonna come out without you knowing. And sometimes you'll be able to see it and catch it, and sometimes you won't. Because I mean that's what you're constantly thinking about. Every time you see that person, be like, yeah, and lost another job, deadbeat, no
Yeah.
good, no having. And then it's like, hey, babe, I'm finna go on a job interview. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. What's that supposed to mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Then you're in that
supposed to mean?
constant battle of bickering.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I'm
then
saying?
you're taking it,
All the
as I
time.
say, it starts to come out in your actions. So it's best to kind of like put that stuff at the forefront and be like, hey, this is what's going on. This is where we need to be. Kind of like you say with your business partner. You're like, hey, listen, this is what I need you to do. You got to show me something here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't show me that, it's over with.
Yeah, I just cut him off.
Then you just
I
cut
replaced
them
him. I replaced him. And that's all she wrote.
off.
Hey, for the people out there that's listening though, that's why, I hold courses, got classes. Matter of fact, go to my TikTok at Levante Arbery. That's LAVONTEARBERRY.
Okay, yeah, stuck there for a
And
second.
y'all DM me.
It's a lot of
Yeah,
letters in
DM
that
me.
name. Honestly, now that I think about it, it's
What?
kind of hard to spell.
It is. It is. It's a lot of vowels and
We'll put it down in the description.
Run that back
Yeah,
one
yeah,
more
well,
time.
yeah. So for the people that's
make
out
sure
there
to put a little
listening,
bouncy ball when it said.
Yeah, do that.
I got
follow me. All right. Yeah, I'm something like a counselor. I'm. You already know, Mr. Certified Stepdad.
You're the only one wearing a suit, so I have to believe you.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
that's
for
what
sure.
it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Single
People in
mother
suits
supporter.
should never be doubted.
Yes,
That's it.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
if you wanna know if you're being screwed, if you wanna know if that you're being taken advantage of, I can recognize that for you. And that's what I promise to my people.
That's facts.
So follow me again at LAVONTEARBERRY. Do the little bouncy ball thing, so we can put that.
you got the second
Yeah.
chance. He didn't look good on that time. Yeah.
I just want you to know that I can help you help yourself.
Vaughn looked like he on Disney Channel.
That's what I do.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
I'm
Again.
Levante. This is Disney Channel.
Sorry, boy.
No, that's just what we about.
Oh, did you see that one with Stevie Wonder?
Didn't see that.
I already knew what he was about to say.
Oh, that's so bad, bro. It was like I've seen one of you in
It was
Disney
just
Channel. It was
It's
scribbles.
just scribbled
I
all
was
over
like,
the place.
bro,
Yeah.
who did that?
That's messed up.
they wild for that.
That was wild. Bro, it's like don't laugh at it. Anyway,
But yeah, but before we close out, did you want to do your little
oh yeah,
Shout out.
yeah, for sure. Let me go on here and look
for
at
the
these
people last week that commented on
People last week that commented on the breakup song, man.
Yeah.
Let me go to it.
The breakup song.
breakup song?
The
Yeah, we're gonna
breakup song,
gonna touch
man.
on
You got,
that.
you got
real
any
quick.
that come to mind?
Again by Fetty Wap. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Hey,
okay, look,
well,
don't get me
hold on,
started. I'm a Fetty
I
fan.
should have said this.
Instant.
I should have said this last podcast,
Instant.
and it's for everybody who know Vunt. Don't act like Vunt wasn't the first one bumping that mind again.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Vunt used to before
Hey,
he got
that was good,
famous. That's why I was like, every time I heard it, I'd be like, bro, they trying to steal Vunt's. Boy,
Yeah,
his fire,
yeah.
bro. He was the first one bumping that mug.
I'm telling you, I'm a Fetty Wap fan. I've been that since
me
day
see
one
this.
for sure.
Yeah.
I picture myself if I ever was like a singer rapper, it would be something like that.
Mine was probably All Around You by Sturgill Simpson.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
He don't know who it is.
Yeah,
this is white
He
guy
was like
music.
Sturgill.
Yeah.
Rhymes with
That's
Virgil.
a great,
Vaughn
great
said-
song.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
it
that's
up.
beautiful.
Okay,
man.
so we got two Chris Brown songs. So you got Good Bad by Chris Brown.
What's
do their usernames, yeah.
Name
Username. Shout out to
D-League-
usernames first of
Shout
all.
out to D-League Casual Sports.
We're gonna
He
tag
said-
you in this too, by the way, D
Yeah, we're
League.
gonna tag you in this. You said Good Bad by Chris Brown, and then we gotta go to Anthony too. He said Deuces by Chris Brown. So that's two Chris Brown songs
Yeah.
on the
Dang.
comments.
two back to
Yeah,
back.
two
Two back to
Chris
back. I mean, one of my Chris Brown songs that I used to listen to with Zero. I like Zero. Zero is pretty good.
Another one was Stuck on Stupid.
Yeah.
You know that
What
one?
about
Yeah.
You don't know.
Is that all the commenters?
Yeah. But
What
I had,
about,
I had it. So we got some more.
multiple videos. I think
It's multiple now.
What about like come up songs?
I
Come
had
Up
to,
songs?
man. We ain't had
That's a
nobody,
good one.
We ain't had nobody
Man,
comment on that one yet.
there was one person
Yeah?
that said like 3 songs. I don't know. I didn't look.
What's this? The come up song?
He just said 3 songs.
Now hold on though. I gotta give a shout out to Bianca. First of all, she gonna say that she don't listen to music after a breakup. Come on, man.
That's fair.
Everybody
No,
didn't
dude.
listen
You
to
are
something after
emotionally intelligent, Bianca.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
actually the
a
smart
breakup. I mean,
thing.
she
Let me
gotta
tell you
be
something.
like,
Let me
okay,
tell you
wait,
something.
If I
Either that
could've-
or she been with
yeah.
one dude this whole time.
Let me tell you something, Bianca.
What you gotta say, Mom?
DM me again. I got courses that I can offer. You know, we appreciate that. Matter of fact, we do need to get you on here so that we can interview you and figure out how you did what you did. I really
Like,
do
for
think
real,
you're an
how she
emotional,
on-
intelligent person. And if that's
She
the
say
case,
she don't
let's
listen
get
to
you
no-
on
you
here.
do
She
what
say
you
she don't
do.
listen to no
Yeah,
song.
let's get you on here and let's have a conversation. That's what we're about, having conversation. Every day, we're
We'll
doing
zoom
day-to-day
in.
people having day-to-day
I
conversations.
wish I could see
we
who
need
liked
you.
it.
We need you, Bianca.
I wish I could see who liked it. But
If I had my
songs.
phone, I'd
That's
show you.
it.
let's see this.
Hey, do a clip like
They
that
say,
too. for
what
Bianca.
is it like?
Grinding All My Life by Nipsey Hussle.
Grinding all my life.
Hey, okay,
Anytime I
okay.
hit like a good test on a certification or
Yeah,
Certification.
I like
God.
That
that.
was it.
Yeah,
Grinding All My Life by Nipsey Hussle.
I could dig that
Rest
one.
in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P.
But yeah, shout out, as I
Rest
say,
in
shout
power.
out to Anthony,
Rest in
man,
power.
for the Chris Brown song.
Who was it?
D League Casual Sports. for
Shout
the
out
Chris
D-League.
Brown song. And of course Bianca for being, all there. I
Mentally.
wish I could have been there and not listened to "Leave You Alone" by Young Jeezy. all
Gotta
the
leave
times.
you alone.
That song, boy.
Hey
yeah.
man,
Give us a little sample.
that's it. You know, I'm a little singer too.
One good song, it's all at once.
Let me go see that.
Hey, we appreciate everybody for commenting on that too. Again,
Yeah,
we're
for
gonna
sure,
tag
for
y'all
sure.
in this.
All right, hold on,
Man, I
hold on.
missed it.
Give you a shout out.
Hold up, guys.
Ah.
One second.
Somebody moved.
Test.
Yeah, we're gonna
Test.
you're gonna give you guys a shout out.
Dang,
We appreciate
dude,
you
you hit
guys
my
commenting
good.
on that.
All right,
Where you
we're
hit
good,
my
guys.
sorry,
Hit
jump,
record.
like-
My bad.
5.
Okay, this one was. So my wife come in. She said, "Stuck Like Glue" by Sugarland.
There you go.
I guess
Yeah.
that's
Stuck
guess
by
that's
Glue.
about me then. That's a good song. Though. It's a good song. So I guess I'm doing okay, y'all.
There
I'm
you go.
doing
Add that
okay.
to your favorites.
And then this is okay, this person name is me. I guess M.I. It's a Freddie.
Yeah,
What's his
yeah,
name?
that's the comment I'm thinking of.
Bro, that's freaking Micah.
Oh, that's who that is.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh, what's up, Micah? Man, shout out to you
What?
for putting your songs on there, man.
No.
M.E. I was like, who
That's
is
Micah.
M.E.?
What was his comment? What was the songs?
What do you say?
It say,
Shout out to Micah.
shout out to Micah. It say Freddie Cougar, YNG Melly, I Sip by Tory Lanez, Backup by Don Tolliver.
We're gonna tag him in this too. by the
Never
way.
yeah, we're gonna tag you in
Never
this.
Shout out
bro.
to Micah.
Yeah.
Never
One of
changed
my come up songs, was "Whatever It Takes" by Imagine Dragons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I reached
I can see that.
when I reached that point where I know, like, man, I gave it my all and it was success. Like, I get to the top of the mountain, my eyes be like that one tear. Whatever it takes.
I'm dead.
I was like, I did.
That's
So
hilarious.
that was one of my come up songs there, and then I forgot the other one, man. It's about J Rock and Kendrick
You
Lamar.
still talking?
Oh,
Yeah, I was wondering. Jay, what? Who now?
Money Trees?
No, let me look it up right now.
What did he say?
Are you talking
J
about
Rock?
that part, like the Black
That
Hippie
part.
remix?
Let
That
me see
part.
if I can find
I
it.
be doing
part.
that. I be commenting under my stuff. You know.
Yeah.
That part. They be like, "Oh my God, you're amazing." I be like, "That part."
That part.
That part,
Bianca, DM me.
that part.
Oh, Pay For It.
Oh,
That was another one
okay,
of my
yeah,
songs
yeah,
right
yeah.
there. That was the song when I was in something and I was like I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
tired.
That
I'll turn
part.
that Pay For It on. And you're gonna pay for it. Ah! That's when it was like slow motion.
That
But
part.
yeah, that's another one of them
Right.
songs like that.
Huh.
You got a breakup song?
A breakup
Come
song.
on, song.
Oh,
You got a
well, yeah.
stepdad
come on,
song?
We're
Come
do-
up song,
we're being
yeah.
positive this week.
Yeah,
My
right.
bad, my bad.
Well, I'll tell you what. I got artists that I listen to when it comes to the come up, which is Rick Ross,
Oh,
obviously Meek Mill,
I was trying to think of an ad-lib for Big Bill.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Kanye is my favorite.
I like Kanye.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, like the stuff he did, but we gotta give him his points on his songs, though.
Yeah.
Man.
And as
He
far as
made
like
graduation, everybody.
He
the
got some
breakup
good
stuff,
songs.
like the breakup stuff, like my artists, like that let me know that everything gonna be okay.
Yeah.
It's Kevin Gates.
Kevin
Kevin
Gates,
Gates.
oh,
Kevin
wow.
Gates, bro. You gotta believe in yourself. Hey, renewed ambition.
I was saying something else. So his breakup song
Look how he
is
just
all in
stopped.
your stomach.
Renewed ambition. Yeah,
That's his
DJ
breakup
Khaled
song.
cool. You know, I like everything. You know what I'm saying? So
Welcome to my hood.
yeah,
Come up song.
I
Come up
woke up
song?
in a new Bugatti.
What really comes to mind is I need some really big rings with my really big team.
Okay,
I gotta give me that Drake song with Future.
okay.
What's another
Bro, the
one?
way you said, I need some really big rings. My really big thing.
Give me that there Drake song.
Hold up.
I'll catch y'all down at the NASCAR.
Give me that there Drake song.
Let me think. What's another good one? I'm only thinking of Future right now.
Oh, dude.
Ooh.
What's this song?
Come up song.
This one.
Hey, why aren't I seeing any spikes?
No spikes. I guess it was all quiet, wasn't it?
There it goes.
I think it's like a behind
We're
or
good?
something.
Yeah, we're good.
Is it behind?
Yeah.
Go now.
Hey, y'all know this song right here? This song put me on, bro.
What is
I've
This
heard
is a-
this on TikTok. Like
Yeah.
thirst edits.
This is a good come up song.
First edits.
I'm on top of the world.
Is it still doing?
Yeah, it's good. I think it's just behind.
Let's see. It's at 1905.
Hey, that song right there. I
I've
listened to
heard it
that.
for
It was
sure.
definitely on TikTok. Don't get me wrong. I found
Yeah.
it on TikTok.
Yeah.
But I listened to the full song today. I felt like I was like a mob
pretty good?
boss, bro. When I say it changed my personality, just like for that second I
Today?
was listening to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
thought
a-
of so
it's-
much stuff.
It's a short song, bro,
Bravado.
with Rick Ross and DMX that they sing. The dog. Let's see. Let's see.
I
What
listen
it
to a lot
is.
of Rod Wave too.
Rod Wave, he made me feel like everybody against me. I can't listen to Rod Wave a lot because
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
the world against me at that point.
It just sends you
Like
down
I
a
feel like don't
spiral.
nobody love me. None
Absolute
of that.
I don't
trap
get
spiral.
those vibes, but yes.
You
Oh, just in case.
No.
Just in case by Rick Ross and
Have you heard his new album Nostalgia? He's on a different.
I told
path.
you I can't listen to Rod Wave
It's a different vibe.
because I go in my stage, I go in my shell.
Swiss Beats, Rick Ross, and
Rick Ross is
DMX.
amazing, bro. Hey.
He's been in the game so long too.
Yeah.
This is one of his more classic ones, though. There's Mob.
Yeah. You gonna do like 30 seconds though.
Bro, this mug. Hey, look, I started getting it. I started getting into it, man.
DMCA.
But it's got to with
We gonna
the
flag it on
DMX
TikTok,
on
man.
there.
Goddamn.
Oh man. We can
We cut that out.
put a SpongeBob
Mind Your
rhythm over
Business
there.
by Webby.
Okay.
Mind your business. Oh, you
can
want
deal
to
with
take
that.
it?
Save it, Daddy.
back.
Listen.
He took it back.
back.
God dang, Webby.
Webby. He took it way
Forgot
back.
about him.
Forgot about it.
But
He still out
anyway,
here?
yeah, as we said, what's gonna be our next time?
Yeah, as we
man?
said, Bianca
What's
DM
up?
me.
Oh yeah. About she on them.
Yeah,
she got it all
like I
together,
said,
man.
I help all kinds out. But I also learn from all
kinds.
kinds. You know, if you're very emotional, intelligent like that, we need to interview you. We need to know what's going on because, like, obviously, we need a culture. And what's behind the culture? A future. And so we need you, Bianca. We need you to tell us everything. That part. We need you to tell us everything. And then with my people out there, you know, again, I offer courses, you know, to talk. I give counseling for life, business, if you need business counseling. My hashtag, the dumb way, the best way. Y'all already know what it is with that. You know, people call your ideas dumb. That's I live off that. It actually gives me more fuel
Yeah.
to my fire when they say something's dumb. You want to know why?
Why?
Because they call Uber dumb.
Yeah, did they?
There
They
we go.
dismissed Uber as dumb. They dismissed the Ring doorbell as dumb, and guess what? It revolutionized the world.
Yep.
Dumb is a new future.
Man, that's so funny you say that. You look at just stuff that's like so famous now.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
I forget. I don't know. It's Peter. I don't know how to say his last
Parker?
name. No, the guy who
Spider-Man.
the
See,
guy who
revolutionized Spider-Man,
voiced
didn't
Optimus Prime. If you look at the backstory
yeah.
about that, he told his brother what was going to happen. He was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm going." It was nothing to him, you know. He was like, "Yeah, I'm going to voice for this truck," and he's like a superhero truck. And he just went up there.
Yep, I
His
remember
brother
this.
gave him some pointers, and he was just like, he went up there and was like, "I am Optimus Prime." I wonder what was going through his head when he did that. Like, nah, we're gonna see where it goes. Look at it now.
Yeah.
The guy with Super Mario, it's a me, Mario.
Yeah.
He
It's
walked
me.
in there. He walked in there and did that and didn't think nothing of it. He just was like, he was so dumb. He just went there and said, "It's a me, Mario," and just walked out.
Yeah. And
But
created
look-
a revelation.
And it turned
That's
into
it.
a revelation. So you just never, like, people
Dumb
can
way is
say
the
it's
best way, people.
stupid. And then sometimes you can feel like it's dumb, but you just never know.
You know,
So,
like you were saying last week with that painting of like Vincent Van Gogh. Like
Van Gogh,
everyone,
Van Gogh was one of them guys.
yeah, everyone in his time period was saying that, you know, these paintings
like
suck.
this is trash.
But nowadays they're looked at as masterpieces.
Masterpieces, yeah, like
So-
for sure. So you just never
Do
know,
what you
man.
will with that knowledge.
There you
Yeah,
go.
eventually, yeah. Do what you will. Never mind.
What other parting wisdom do we have?
Topic for next week.
Man.
Just-
Every single.
Uh-oh,
Uh-oh, Jules.
Hold up. Yeah. Topic for next week. I don't
Just
really
like-
know, man.
You know what I want to do next week?
What's up?
Actually, I want the topic to come up naturally. We're
There
gonna
you go.
start,
Just
Just
right
sit
at the
and talk.
jump.
dude. Yeah, let's just start talking. Let's begin it. How everybody day was. You know what I'm saying? Set
Yeah.
the scene and then see where the conversation go. How about that?
That sounds good to me.
That sounds good.
We're
That's
gonna do
good.
that.
Or
Or we
All right,
plan
yeah,
it
good.
meticulously.
Yeah, I
Or-
like the
Or-
natural stuff.
Yeah.
the natural stuff.
I like the natural
And the reason I
stuff.
say about that, something natural, like we was talking when we was off mic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
How
came up
our
with a whole
cultural
bunch of mess.
backgrounds can affect not just our relationships, but just being at work, just interacting with people
Yeah.
in general.
Yep.
Yeah, so we just gonna have a conversation, see where it leads. And people, that's what we do. We're day-to-day people that have day-to-day conversations.
That's it.
And again, I hope you guys got some valuable information. I am, again, I messed up, but I am, again, your host, Von Teasy for no reason. Always here to provide value to make your life easy, a.k.a. Mr. Certified Stepdad, a.k.a. Mr. Single Mother Supporter. Y'all
AKA.
continue to tune in.
This dude got a whole bunch of AKAs.
does, he
man.
does.
Well, I'm just saying.
You got a
Y'all
long
continue to
bio
tune
there,
in.
bud.
For
We,
real.
we love doing this. We love you guys, and we appreciate everybody for commenting on that. Shout out to y'all. And again, we're gonna close out to my left, Josh Lou.
Man, Josh Lou signing off, man. Appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever. As I said, those songs on there, there's some good songs, you know what I'm saying? Maybe helped y'all in that time. Y'all heard about the one that helped in my time. So anyway, slip yourself into some more Crocs, for any situation, slide in some Crocs.
There you go.
Crocs are never wrong.
Never.
Jay-Z.
Well, I just want to say I sure do appreciate y'all sitting through this stream and also podcast. I got to get used to that. I'm not used to.
You can
Same
still call it
podcast.
stream. Go ahead. Do what you want. Do
But
what you will.
thank you for sitting through this podcast this whole way. We sure do appreciate it. If you do drop us a like, we do appreciate that as well. If you have anything to say, or maybe a topic, drop them down in the comments below, and we'd love to read them. Thanks for all the support, and we sure do appreciate y'all. Thank you.
J-Rod.
Thank you guys for having me on this week.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yes,
Miss you
sir.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
miss
do
you,
this
bro.
more
So,
often.
yeah.
It's always good to come down for a weekend and hang out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We're
We
gonna do
actually,
it.
I'm actually glad you stopped out, bro.
Yeah.
We had some.
Yeah.
Don't
As
let
you
your
said,
dreams
like-
become memes, everybody.
Yeah.
A
That's
dream
it.
is what you want to do, but still haven't pursued.
Yeah.
That's it.
So know what you want and do it till it's done. Be the dream that you want to be from day one.
Oh,
That's
That's
facts.
all I got.
Okay.
That's
all I got.
facts.
everybody.
Okay, that was
That's
good.
fine.
I like that.
We'll see y'all
Man,
later. That's
that was a
Aesop
kill
Rock.
shot.
That's it.
That's not
That's
me.
it.
That's
Just
Aesop
turn,
Rock.
just unplug it from
Like
the wall for after that.
That's it, everybody.
All right. Y'all tune in this week.
Bye.